basement with a calibrated smile, a 90-degree posture that lasts a little while. The world outside demands a high-gloss finish, darling. So I tuck the frayed edges, hide the parts that are starting to splinter, to show the strain, the silent wear and tear. It's a costume change that I'm forced to wear. And every day I carry the heavy armor plate just to stand my ground and keep the wolves from the gate. But the moment the key turns and I slip through the door, I feel the tension dropping down to the floor. You don't ask for the highlight reel, the polished narration. You just hand me quiet grace and soft affirmation. This is my caustic sanctuary, low lit and slow tempo, the one place where the volume of my anxiety stays low. You let the defense mechanism fall, let the structure bend. You accept the final version and the way the story ends. And you love the unedited footage, the scars across my chest, a comfortable silence where I finally can rest. This is the shelter built for all my blemishes and fears, a safe space where the broken pieces disappear. I came to you with a history etched deep in my spine, a long list of people who tried to redesign the architecture of my spirit. The walls built wrong, they needed fixing, patching up a whole new song. But you looked at the cracks, the slightly crooked slant, and called it character, something elegant. You saw the rough draft, the pencil marks erased, the frantic, hurried choices that I never quite faced. So when I pull the stage makeup off and the veneer starts to break, and I let you witness every single mistake, you don't flinch or move your focus to the clean, perfect side. You just pull me closer, say there's nothing left to hide. This is my caustic sanctuary, low lit and slow tempo, the one place where the volume of my anxiety stays low. You let the defense mechanism fall, let the structure bend. You accept the final version and the way the story ends. And you love the unedited footage, the scars across my chest, a comfortable silence where I finally can rest. This is the shelter built for all my blemishes and fears, a safe space where the broken pieces disappear. I don't have to translate the language of my pain or justify the fact that I'm flawed like the pouring rain. You don't require reconstruction, no required renovation. You just witness the soul in its current configuration. Or you don't just tolerate the weak spots, you invite them to stay. You're the only reason I can finally pray that this quiet kind of acceptance never fades away. This is my caustic sanctuary, low lit and slow tempo, the one place where the volume of my anxiety stays low. You let the defense mechanism fall, let the structure bend. You accept the final version and the way the story ends. And you love the unedited footage, the scars across my chest, a comfortable silence where I finally can rest. This is the shelter built for all my blemishes and fears, a safe space where the broken pieces disappear. Where the broken pieces disappear. Yeah, you love the unedited, the slow tempo. Just breathe, just be here. No more requirements, darling. We can just exist right here in this perfect safe space. Oh, safe space.
I gotta tell you something. The world outside demands a full script. But the minute I cross your threshold, I finally feel the silence slip.
Fortress of poise, a high-gloss finish, careful to match the background noise. Every sentence measured, every insecurity tucked away. Performing confidence just to make it through the day. Tired of being the highlight, real version of myself. A polished photograph I keep stored on the top shelf. It's heavy, baby. This summer I've been wearing, but I know that soon I'll be back to where you're carrying. Cause when the keys hit the bowl and the door finally shuts, I can drop the act, shatter the glass, I expose the subtle cuts. I don't have to edit the parts that I despise, I just sink into the comfort I see reflected in your eyes. You let me be I still feel the lingering fears, the silent desperate leads. I can pull back the curtains on the shadows I house, the ugly truth about the things I whisper to my spouse. Most people look for closure, they look for clean lines, but you trace the cracks, treating them like ancient design. You never rush the process, you just hold the line steady and remind me that I don't have to always be ready. I didn't know how tight I was holding my breath until you told me it was okay to choke on all the mess. And when I step into your light, I see my shadows don't run, they just settle down beside me like the day is done. You let me be an edited draft, the pages full of ink blots and mistakes in the math. No final polish, no need for the lights, just the quiet shelter from the cold, lonely nights. This is my zero gravity space where I can finally breathe, show you my real face. You're the anchor that keeps me grounded and free, the only place I'm allowed to just simply be. They say true beauty is refined, but they don't understand. The true acceptance of the soul is the work of your hand. I used to think my flaws were weaknesses I had to mend, but in your presence they are reasons to begin again. You show me that broken pieces still catch the sun. Yeah. The mirror keeps score of the hours I spent polished, wiping off the heavy light the world demands I hold. I left a careful composure draped over the chair back. Every single knot I tied to keep my spine from folding. I'm tired of holding my breath, waiting for the first critique of the rough seams and the tired lines mapping out my week. You see the residue of all the battles I fought just to get here. And you don't reach for a brush, you just tell me to come near. I don't have to stage the entrance, don't have to cue the smile. I can leave the filter on the shelf just for a little while. You are the zero gravity zone, where I stop calculating my worth. The only latitude on earth where the flaws look like gray snows. In these unvarnished hours, you just accept the humidity of my soul. Baby, this is the safe space where I come home. Perfect alibi. Here I can finally stand under my own imperfect sky. Yeah. Oh, I brought the weariness and all the frayed edges, the places the city couldn't sand down or smooth away. I waited for the hesitation, the quiet moment you lean in and say, I think we need to mend this. Where should we begin? Instead, you just trace the hairline fracture I usually hide with a laugh. You didn't try to fix the history, you just held the narrative close. You let me show you the parts of me I usually keep tucked away, and whispered that's what makes the story beautiful, babe, every shade. I'm dropping the pretense, walking away from the stage, turning the lock on the performative gilded cage. You are the zero gravity zone, where I stop calculating my worth. The only latitude on earth where the flaws look like gray snows. In these unvarnished hours, you just accept the humidity of my soul. Baby, this is the safe space where I come home. Clauses, a rental agreement, something I could lose if I didn't hold the shine. But you handed me the deed and the key to the basement where I keep the doubts locked up, and told me it's all mine. That's not just tolerance, baby, that's sacred ground you're offering. The freedom to be undone and still feel worth loving. Just let me breathe in this room you built for me. No judgment in the echo, only gentle light. My safe space, my safe space, yeah. Finally home, finally seen, unvarnished and perfectly me. Oh, 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 I carry a blueprint for the face I have to show. The perfect pitch, the posture set just so. They want the high gloss picture, the finished work of art. Never the rough sketches hidden in my heart. When the world outside demands the finish line, you just ask to see the broken timeline. I peel away the satin, drop the heavy silk, and show you all the places where the concrete built its way into the cracks that were supposed to seal. But you say those shadows are the parts that make it real. And every time I brace myself for judgment, you lean in. You touch the frayed edges where the armor used to begin. This weight I thought I had to carry all alone is suddenly the quiet comfort of a temporary home. You're my safe harbor where the ship runs aground. You don't just tolerate the static, you love the sound. This is the only mirror where the light doesn't bend. You see the beautiful mistakes that I couldn't mend. My sanctuary skin, my net, did it fine when I'm the broken melody? You adjust the dial. You see the good in the goodbye, the grain in the film. You love the rough draft of me, standing perfectly still. Huh. I come here stained with failure from the week that's just gone by. My plans dissolved to vapor, hung like mist up in the sky. I don't have to apologize for moments I missed the mark, or explain why I sometimes fumble in the dark. You never ask me to hold the pose or iron out the crease. You just pull me closer, whispering, find your peace. Like a handwritten letter, creased and worn with time. You trace the lines of worry, saying every single one is mine. And they don't diminish me, they just make me more complete. A soulful, complicated rhythm that you know how to meet. Yeah. And every time I brace myself for judgment, you lean in. You touch the frayed edges where the armor used to begin. This weight I thought I had to carry all alone is suddenly the quiet comfort of a temporary home. You're my safe harbor where the ship round your wall. You don't just tolerate the static, you love the sound. This is the only mirror where the light doesn't bend. You see the beautiful mistakes that I couldn't mend. My sanctuary skin, my net, did it fire when I'm the broken melody? You adjust the dial. You see the good in the goodbye, the grain in the film. You love the rough draft of me, standing perfectly still. They taught me that perfection was the cost of being seen, but you showed me authenticity is what beauty truly means. You changed the definition of a flaw inside my head. Now every scar is history, every tear is something shed that leads me right back here to the promise in your eyes, where the pressure of performance quietly dies. The grain perfectly still, perfectly still, still. Strong to hold the camera steady. Every angle practiced, every smile ready. Trying to filter out the static in my head. Living in HD, but sleeping in dread. I'm a carefully constructed silhouette, baby. Built to handle the scrutiny of maybe. I know the choreography of keeping it tight, hiding the fractures beneath the soft stage light. It's an exhaustion that no caffeine can mend, waiting for the moment that the long day ends. But the instant I hear that deadbolt click shut, the heavy armor that I wore just turns to dust, and the volume on the world outside goes down. You don't just tolerate the dark spots on my soul, you highlight all the places I can't control. This is where the ceiling fan can see my tears. You neutralize the noise, dismiss the hidden fears. Yeah, you love the rough draft, the undated version of me, before the polish and before the final decree. Don't ask for perfection, just the truth I couldn't find. You are my low-light confession, where I leave the best parts behind. I'm a chronic overthinker, I leave the plans undone. Got a tendency to panic before the race is run. The silence in my mind is never truly clean. Sometimes I'm just a faded gray instead of vibrant green. I showed you the scars that the daylight would ignore, the messy history etched behind the closed front door. You didn't flinch, you didn't blink, you just pulled me near. Said that's the texture, darling, that's why you belong right here. Oh, it's an exhale deeper than I knew I could take. For goodness sake, this is the first breath I ever truly made. The moment I feel your hand slide into mine, recognize the safe has fucking sign that the volume on the world outside is on. You don't just tolerate the dark spots on my soul, you highlight all the places I can't control. This is where the ceiling fan can see my tears. You neutralize the noise, dismiss the hidden fears. Yeah, you love the rough draft, the unedited version of me, before the polish and before the final decree. You don't ask for perfection, just the truth I couldn't find. You are my low-light confession, where I leave the best parts behind. They ask for high gloss perfection, the diamond already cut, but you cherish the pressure, the what ifs and the buzz. It takes more strength to surrender than to fight. Letting go of the ideal in this soft amber light, it's sanctuary. Yeah, this is the only space where the mask melts off and reveals the true pace of a heart still learning how to be, still learning how to fly. And you just look at me and say I wouldn't change a single word. by definition, a careful pose for every single scene. Checking the lighting, perfecting the position, making sure the edges are impeccably clean. I master the art of the perfect composure, the silk lining draped across the broken pieces, a heavy kind of armor that I put closure on every little doubt that slowly increases. But the key turns in the lock and the script is discarded. I feel the tension melt right off my shoulders. There's a small soft window where the night has started, and I know I don't have to keep the perfect folders. I just stand outside the door, taking a deep breath before I let you see the real thing. This is where the static clears, the frequency is known. This is the unedited hour where my true self is shown. You're the only set of eyes that doesn't try to smooth the seams. You love the cracked foundation of my deepest restless dreams, and I don't have to filter the mistakes I try to hide. You take the acoustic version, nowhere left to run or slide. My safe space, my sacred ground, the only place I'm whole when I'm broken down. I can pull back the cuff and show you the old scar tissue, the ones from battles that I fought alone for years. And I can tell you all the petty childish issues, the things that keep me sweating, drowning in my fears. I don't have to translate the shame I carry, the fear of being too much or not enough for you. I just lay the heavy, imperfect inventory and watch you smile, saying, baby, I see you. The pressure's lifting now, the script is fully gone. I shed the polished skin that I wore through the day. I'm letting down the guard that made me feel so strong, because protection's worthless when you choose to stay. This is where the static clears, the frequency is known. This is the unedited hour where my true self is shown. You're the only set of eyes that doesn't try to smooth the seams. You love the cracked foundation of my deepest restless dreams, and I don't have to filter the mistakes I try to hide. You take the acoustic version, nowhere left to run or slide. My safe space, my sacred ground, the only place I'm whole when I'm broken down. I used to think that acceptance was conditional, a careful trade-off based on what I could provide. But your love is something fundamental, nutritional. It doesn't ask me to be beautiful inside. It asks me just to be, just to exist right here. And somehow every shadow finds a way to disappear. You didn't fix the picture, you just cleaned the frame, and suddenly the imperfection glows the same. Oh, you love the cracks in the glass, every chip and every smudge that I pass. Every smudge. It's the acoustic version, baby, slow and true. And I'm so accepted here with you. The unedited hour. Yeah. I'm sinking into the silence now. Finally home somehow. I used to budget my breath, ration my life, polishing the angles before I stepped inside. Kept my history locked down behind a bolted closet door. Didn't want you searching through the shelves for all the things I couldn't afford. I wore my confidence like a heavyweight coat, a thick facade hiding every single nervous note. Afraid that if you saw the stitches loose beneath the sheen, you'd rewind the moment, decide I wasn't worth the scene. With you never rushed the reveal. You just pulled up a chair and waited for the feeling to heal. Said, stop trying to smooth out the edges, darling. I like the silhouette the storm is carving. This is where the armor falls off, babe. No need to modulate the sound. This space is calibrated just for the things that still spin around. You look at the cracks and call them character. You don't try to polish the stone. This is my unfiltered canvas, and here I am, finally known. I came to you weighted down by heavy expectation, a list of apologies from every past conversation. I brought the pieces I swore were too sharp for your hand. Expected you to shake your head, refused to understand. But you took those fragments, those jagged, difficult parts, and you placed them gently right next to your own beating heart. You don't require me to be the glossy, finished version. You're focused on the beauty of the ongoing excursion. Yeah, you never rushed the reveal. You just held the space steady for the moment I could finally kneel. Said, stop trying to smooth out the edges, darling. I like the silhouette the storm is carving. This is where the armor falls off, babe. No need to modulate the sound. This space is calibrated just for the things that still spin around. You look at the cracks and call them character. You don't try to polish the stone. This is my unfiltered canvas, and here I am, finally known. Yeah, every other mirror showed me what I had to hide, but your reflection tells me I don't have to try. Nobody else could ever touch this frequency. They wanted perfect rhythm, flawless symmetry, but you designed a soft place for my broken things to rest. And now I realize my quiet truth is the one you love the best. This is where the no need to modulate the sound. Just let me hear you. The space is calibrated just for the things that still spin around. Step onto the threshold of your space and feel the heavy armor start to slip. Outside I'm porcelain and high gloss lace, a perfect quote that's practiced on the lip. I spend my hours smoothing out the seams, worrying the chip paint of my dreams, hoping no one clocks the nervous twitch, the constant pull to hit the light switch. But the moment your eyes meet mine, I know the performance budget just hit zero. I don't have to check the mirror twice or calibrate the tone to sound precise. The atmosphere here settles like the dust, and everything I built on fear and rust just melts away, slow and deliberate. This is where the rough draft gets to breathe, where the tapestry of flaws starts to weave, the place I let the foundation show its cracks, where I can finally relax my tired back. You don't just tolerate the mess I make, you understand the shape of every ache. This is shelter in the scars, baby. You don't fix the broken parts, you just love me just as I am. I leave the weight of judgment by the door, the silent critic screaming for a score. I sink into the sofa sighing deep, the kind of tired only freedom keeps. I can bring you stories steeped in shame and hear you whisper say my honest name. You see the fingerprint I tried to hide, the crooked line where I had slipped and cried. You call the failure stepping stones of gold, a chapter in the story yet untold. I don't have to check the mirror twice or calibrate the tone to sound precise. The atmosphere here settles like the dust, and everything I built on fear and rust just melts away, slow and deliberate. This is where the rough draft gets to breathe, where the tapestry of flaws starts to weave, the place I let the foundation show its cracks, where I can finally relax my tired back. You don't just tolerate the mess I make, you understand the shape of every ache. This is shelter in the scars, baby. You don't fix the broken parts, you just love me. Every other landscape pushes back, tells me I'm too faded off the track, but in your presence, gravity reverses. The need to be impeccable disperses. You show me that the worn and softened edges are better than the sharp defensive ledges. You taught my anxious heart how to be still, a lesson I was too afraid to feel. This is where the rough draft gets to breathe, and it breathes. Flaws starts to weave, I let the Just love me just as I am. Just as I am. Yeah, just as I am. I'm safe here. Safe space of landing. No need to pretend. This is where it ends. The hiding, the hurry. Just as I am. Fade. Fade. I spend all day in a high gloss finish, polishing the angles that I think you need to see. But when the clock hand turns and the city goes quiet, I feel the seam showing the version that's just me. I got a small inventory of things I try to hide, the messy thoughts, the moments where I almost broke inside. I keep the house lights low, never trust the morning sun, cause the truth needs shadows where the hiding can be done. But you're just walking like you read the fine print. You pull the curtains back on every single dent, and instead of wincing or trying to correct it, you just lean in close and tell me why you respect it. This is the blue hour, where I can turn the volume down on all my self-doubt. You give me permission to let the rough edges out. Unconditional gravity, that's what this room is. You don't try to fix the chip in the porcelain. You just love the history. You just let me swim in the blue hour, my safe space. I came programmed to believe that love was payment for being perfect, for the flawless arrangement. Had a lifetime of people who wanted me on mute, until I sounded like the perfect manufactured lewd. But with you, I can skip the script, I can't forget the lines. I can put my heavy armor down and leave the mask behind. You see the complicated math, you see the missing steps, and you tell me that's the fingerprint, the reason why you kept coming back. So now I just walk in, I don't even check the mirror. The reflection doesn't matter, the understanding's clearer. You don't need correction, you never need a change. You just trace the outline of everything that's strange. Permission to let the rough edges out. Unconditional gravity, that's what this room is. You don't try to fix the chip in the porcelain. You just love the history. You just let me swim in the blue hour, my safe space. It's not just tolerance, baby, that's too passive. It's an affirmation, strong and massive. You are standing in the rubble and you're calling it home. You're the quiet frequency where I don't feel alone. You don't require me to be the melody. You let me be the rhythm that just sets the whole heart free. This is the blue turn the volume down on all my self-doubt. You give me permission to let the rough edges out. Unconditional gravity, that's what this room is. You don't try to fix the chip in the porcelain. You just love the history. You just let me swim in the blue hour, my safe space. Yeah, my safe space, where the light hits different. Oh, the blue hour, where I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be me. I just have to be me. And you say that's enough, always enough. The blue hour fade out. Spend my whole day polishing the glass, trying hard to make the image last. A perfect curvature, a flawless line, convincing everybody that I'm fine. But the pressure of that weight is heavy on my chest, holding up the fortress just to pass the test. I'm tired of the spotlight when it finds the frame. I'm done with acting like I know the way. But the moment that I cross this threshold floor, I feel my tired shoulder drop the armor I wore. This is the only place where the facade can fall, and you still answer every single one of my calls. You don't ask me to edit the hard parts out. You love the blueprint, not just the finished route. You see the crack in the pavement, you let the light seep in. You call the mess I am the best place to begin. You are the quiet corner, the velvet room, where my unfinished edges don't feel like doom. My sanctuary, where the truth can be exposed. You accept the masterpiece even while it's composed. I bring you every brittle, broken thing, the chip paint and the useless feathered wing, the mistakes that I keep circling back around, the secret fears that never make a sound. I thought I had to hide the history in my heart, pretend that I was perfect right from the start. But you just stand right here in the dimly lit hall and see the beauty in the effort of a fall. And here when the latch clicks on the heavy door, I don't feel like I have to fight anymore. This is the clarity, the bright state of grace, where I don't need to put a filter on my face. The hard parts out. You love the blueprint, not just the finished route. You see the crack in the pavement, you let the light seep in. You call the mess I am the best place to begin. You are the quiet corner, the velvet room, where my unfinished edges don't feel like doom. My sanctuary, where the truth can be exposed. You accept the masterpiece even while it's composed. Every mirror I've held up has lied to me, said I needed symmetry and flawless gravity, but you turn the focus to the texture of the scar. Remind me that the process is exactly who we are. I don't need to build myself home for you to see the value in the woman I am struggling to be. Oh, this isn't just refuge, baby, this is home. I finally feel rooted, I'm never alone. You don't ask me to edit the parts out. You love the blueprint, not just the finish. Now that you get crack in the pavement, you let the light seep in. You call the mess I am the best place to begin. You are the quiet corner, the velvet room where my unfinished edges don't feel like do my sanctuary, where the truth can be exposed. You accept the masterpiece even while it's combined. Just let the brush strokes be messy sometimes. Let the rhythm skip ahead a few rhymes. Safe space, yeah, that's what we found, where the truest versions of us abound. Blueprint and the brush strokes, baby, that's all you need from me. I spent 20 years walking in high resolution light, every single blemish magnified under the spotlight, polishing the surface of the things that didn't shine quite right, keeping up the narrative of clean lines and flawless sight. It's an exhaustion, baby, holding up the heavy glass, praying that the tremors of my spirit wouldn't pass through the veneer I built just to be deemed worthy of love. But the way to being perfect was a ceiling not above. But the moment I step over your threshold, the sound changes, the frantic rhythm of the city starts to rearrange its pace. The air is warm and still, and suddenly I realize that I can breathe for the first time. You are the softest focus in a world that insists on a harsh line. You let me be the rough draft, baby. You never asked me to refine. This is the shelter for the quiet panic, the place I can't afford to let my shoulders slump to leave my history explored. It's the unedited frame where my chip paint is revered, and every single fault line I possess is welcomed here with you. I don't have to win, I just have to be. Yeah. I came to you with holes burned through the fabric of my confidence, the remnants of old storms that left behind no innocence. I tried to warn you of the darkness, the times I lost my way, but you only pointed out the quiet strength that made me stay. You didn't flinch when I unveiled the pages I had torn out, the awkward truths I used to whisper in a silent shout. You looked at every scar like it was a signature piece, proof that I survived the pressure, proof that I found release. And it's the strangest kind of grace, this simple quiet knowing that the flaws I fight so hard to hide are the rivers softly flowing into the deep ocean of the peace you hold for me. and suddenly I'm weightless, suddenly I'm free. You are the softest focus in a world that insists on the harsh line. You let me be the rough draft, baby. You never ask me to refine. This is the shelter for the quiet panic, the place I can't afford to let my shoulders slump, to leave my history explored. It's the unedited frame, but my chipped paint is reversed, and every single fault line I possess is welcomed here with you. I don't have to win, I just have to be. They said acceptance was conditional, tied to my success or failure. They promised love only came packaged neatly with a perfect tailor. But you look beneath the thread count, you love the fibers that are thin. You see the messy, soulful thing that lives deep within. It's not tolerance, baby, it's a revelation. This is the only steady ground in the whole wide nation. This art, oh, I just have to be in this soft light. You shine on me, the unedited version. Finally home, I can just be. I spend my whole day measuring shadows, trying to fit the frame, polishing the exterior until the surface wears your name. The world demands a flawless marble statue, smooth and cold. But I'm more like weathered bronze, the story's etching into the fold. I learned to tuck the tremors back behind the neatest smile. Tried to eddy off the stuff, tried to perfect my profile. It's an exhausting rotation, spinning plates until they crack. But when I cross your threshold, I feel the rigid tension slack. The gravity of expectation gently floats right to the floor. And the only question is, what was I hiding for? You are the mid-tempo rhythm where my beating heart can finally rest. You don't just tolerate the cracks, you highlight them the best. This is my perfectly alright. I've had lovers who saw my uneven edges and handed fire, demanding symmetry before they linger for a while. They said true love meant mending what's broken, fixing every seam. But you saw the tapestry of chaos and called it a beautiful dream. You don't hand me a mirror to check if my imperfections are neatly disguised. You're handing me a magnifying glass, showing me where the treasure lies. My mismatched rhythm finds your beat, never lagging, never late. And when I cross your threshold, I hear the lock click soft and straight. Not locking me in, but keeping the harsh critiques below. The only certainty I need is the moment that I step inside. You are the mid-tempo rhythm where my beating heart can finally rest. You don't just tolerate the cracks, you highlight them the best. Hey, this is my lonely velvet room where the soundproof walls keep the judging now. I can finally breathe out the almost and the should-be's. There is no censorship now. In your unfiltered light, baby, I am perfectly alright. I spent years building defenses, structures made of pride and perfect stone. But you walked right through the scaffolding and told the real me to come home. This isn't a temporary shelter, not a weekend lease. This is the architecture of my deep, undeniable peace. The only mask I wear here is the honesty of my breath. Acceptance isn't tolerance, it's victory over self-inflicted death. You are the mid-tempo rhythm where my beating heart can finally rest. You don't just tolerate the cracks, you highlight them, my man. And the best, this is my low rip, this is my lonely velvet room where the soundproof walls keep the judging out. I can finally breathe out the almost and the should-be's. There is no censorship now. In your unfiltered light, baby, I am perfectly alright. Perfectly alright. No editing required tonight, just the safety of your arms, baby, in the glow of your light, the unfiltered light. Yeah. city finally let its engines fall to sleep, and the weight of the day you carried, you let it sink down deep. The amber street lights barely trace the window pane, leaving only shadows to remember the rain. We share the armor of our public afternoon. The air is thick with hush, arriving way too soon. But this is where we thrive, in the quiet of the room, when the rest of the world has sealed itself in gloom. Don't need a map or a hurried, frantic touch. We've learned the language of needing someone this much. When your hand finds mine and the rhythm starts to slow, it's a peaceful surrender, letting everything go. It's that velvet midnight kind of love, low frequency designed just for us. It's the gentle flow, the slow sweet burn, a lesson in patience we both had to learn. Not the flash of a spark, but the deep soulful heat. This slow gravity, darling, can't be beat. We just fall into the deep. No conversation required. We speak in skin and breath, a silent reverence that lingers after death. Of the ego, of the rush, of expectations high, just tracing the contours beneath the naked sky of this room, where every real noise is intentional, smooth as liquid silk, deeply, truly dimensional. Oh, we move like water, no abrupt edges here, just the rhythm of two hearts dissolving all fear. We don't need a spotlight, just the moon on the wall, a moment carved out to stand incredibly tall. And your hand finds mine, and the rhythm starts to slow. It's a peaceful surrender, letting everything go. It's that velvet midnight kind of love, low frequency designed just for us. It's the gentle fire, the slow sweet burn, a lesson in patience we both had to learn. Not the flash of a spark, but the deep soulful heat. This slow gravity, darling, can't be beat. We just fall into the deep. Most people chase the chaos, the temporary shine. But this is where the truth resides, in this moment, yours and mine. We built a sanctuary in the hours they forget. Every whisper is a promise I haven't broken yet. This is the only place where I can truly lay down my crown and know that when I fall, you'll never let me hit the ground. Just hold me in this slow gravity. Yeah, that's smooth. Velvet pool. We just keep falling slow into the deep. Slow into the deep. Slow gravity. Velvet midnight.
The world downstairs has locked its doors, left its frenzy scattered on the pavement floors. But up here the air is thick and slow. The only light is the amber cigarette glow. I peel the stress from my collarbone, leave the day's armor where the moonlight's thrown. And then I see you draped across the satin, a silhouette study, no need for chatting. Just the steady rhythm of the cooling rain, washing away the pressure and the pain. It's past the point where we need to explain the silent language running through our veins. You don't rush the moment, you just let it breathe. The quiet promise of what we achieve. We trade the rush hour for the hush hour in this soft dark velvet room. It's a midnight blue devotion, a slow motion soulful bloom, where passion is tender but deep as the shadow. Every touch feels like sinking through the floor. This late night love is what I live for. It's the gentle surrender and one more. I trace the map of your shoulder blades, watch the careful composure that slowly fades. We don't need loud music or blinding light, just the subtle texture of this timeless night. Your whisper breaks the quiet, soft and low, a secret only the midnight seems to know. You speak without words, your eyes confessing the gravity and grace of this blessing. There's no pretense here, no need to be strong, just where we belong, where we belong. It's past the point where we need to explain this silent language running through our vein. You don't rush the moment, you just let it breathe. The quiet promise of what we achieve. We trade the rush hour for the hush hour in this soft dark velvet room. It's a midnight blue devotion, slow motion, soulful bloom, where passion is tender, but deep as the shadow. Every touch feels like sinking through the floor. This late night love is what I live for. It's the gentle surrender, and I want more. Oh, the clock could rewind or skip ahead an hour. I wouldn't notice, lost inside this power. You are the comfort, the calm, the release, a velvet sanctuary bringing me peace. Every movement calculated and slow, a beautiful effort. We both truly know that the greatest fire doesn't have to roar, it just has to burn clean, right down to the core. Sheets feel like velvet when I'm with you. Gentle, so gentle, but true. Yeah. Her shower, just the two of us. Yeah, the city finally shut its mouth, and the silence is heavy but right. Past the last street lamp glow, we found the pocket of the night. It's 2 a.m., but we're just waking up. Door clicked shut and we locked the rush outside, left the static of the day beyond the pale light. You move like a secret I only get to keep, whispering low secrets that run so deep. No need for the headlines, the noise or the rush, just this quiet intensity that settles into us. You share the armor you wear for the world, and every soft corner of you is unfurled. I'm letting my breath slow, matching yours in time. This slow motion devotion, it feels so sublime. A beautiful friction, a beautiful hold. This is worth more than all the gold. This is the velvet hour where passion takes a softer edge. We skip the fire, refine the smolder on the ledge of midnight, where every touch is weighted and slow. A gentle pressure, a deliberate flow. It's not reckless desire, it's a careful design. You make the chaos of my heart completely alive. Yeah, this is the feeling, like sinking in deep when the world is asleep and the promises we keep. I'm tracing the outline of the shadows on your skin, trying to memorize the place where our stories begin. You pull me closer, but there's no frantic haste. A measure intimacy, nothing wasted, nothing chased. Your lips are confessing things your voice can't explain, a language of devotion washing over the rain. We are careful with
each other. We don't break, we don't bruise. Just two souls deciding what they truly choose. I'm living life rap slow, matching yours in time. This slow motion devotion, it feels so sublime. A beautiful friction, a beautiful hold. This is worth more than all the gold. This is the velvet hour, where passion takes a softer edge. We skip the flower, we find the smolder on the ledge of midnight, where every touch is weighted and slow. A gentle pressure, a deliberate flow. It's not reckless desire, it's a careful design. You make the chaos of my heart completely alive. Yeah, this is the feeling, like sinking in deep when the world is asleep and the promises we keep. We suspended time on a silk thread, didn't we? Just you in the low light, exactly where we meant to be. Most people only chase the heat of the flash, but we found forever in the slow, sustained crash. Yeah, I never knew that deep could feel this smooth. This measured passion is the absolute truth. Takes a softer edge. We skip the fire, we find the smolder on the ledge. Midnight, where every touch is weighted and slow. A gentle pressure, a deliberate flow. It's not reckless desire, it's a careful design. We'll make the chaos of my heart completely alive. Yeah, this is the feeling, like sinking in deep when the world is asleep and the promises we keep. The promises we keep in the velvet hour. Oh, midnight, midnight love, just sinking deep. Yeah. Finally muted down to a faint electric drone. I watched the last street light salute the promise of being alone. We traded tailored suits and deadlines for the language of the lowlight. Everything we couldn't say all day is waiting for the velvet night. You turn the lock and let the tempo of the world just fade to static. And the air conditioning hums a minor key, slow and charismatic. The rules we built for daylight hours crumble when the clock strikes 12. We step into the masterpiece that only we can paint ourselves. It's not a hunger that devours, it's a necessary slow desire. We're moving at the speed of soul, pulling gentle heat from the fire. There's a tension in the air, but it's anchored by the quiet grace. No need
need for speed when we can spend forever tracing this space. Oh, this is the velvet hour, the midnight blueprint we design, a passionate devotion, leaving nothing but the sweet release behind. It's the rhythm we only hear when the shades are drawn and the door is shut. A powerful slow motion feeling, soft fire, baby, no abrupt cut. We redefine the definition of touch, a soulful, patient climb. This is our masterpiece, measured out and careful, dedicated time. I mapped the constellations hidden in the shadow of your collarbone. The whispers that you offer me are softer than the silk we've known. Every breath you take is synchronized, a subtle drum against my ear, drowning out the doubts and the echoes of every form of fear. Your skin is cool against my fingers, a steady, calm, magnetic pull. I found the only place in all the madness where my spirit feels whole. We don't rush the moment, we just linger, letting all the meaning settle in. This is the only kind of fight where both of us are guaranteed to win. It's not a hunger that devours, it's a necessary slow desire. We're moving at the speed of soul, pulling gentle heat from the fire. There's a tension in the air, but it's anchored by the quiet grace. No need for speed when we can spend forever tracing this space. Oh, this is the velvet hour, the midnight blueprint we designed, a passionate devotion, leaving nothing but the sweet release behind. It's the rhythm we only hear when the shades are drawn and the door is shut. A powerful slow motion feeling, soft fire, baby, no abrupt cut. We redefine the definition of touch, a soulful, patient climb. This is our masterpiece, measured out and careful, dedicated time. They talk about fireworks and explosions, the flash of a fleeting spark, but I prefer the subtle glow, the steady warmth inside the dark. This isn't temporary electricity, baby, this is a deep current flow, a permanent language only we speak, down here where the shadows grow. I don't just want your moment, I need your every single subsequent day. But tonight we consecrate the hour that washes all the daily stress away. Just let it hold us. Soft fire, baby. So gentle, so true. Slow motion rhythm. Me and you. The blueprint is complete. Oh, this midnight tastes so sweet. Oh, The city science finally died and left us sinking safe inside. Past the hour manufactured light, just the indigo state of deep midnight. We don't need speed, we need dimension. A slow surrender to sweet attention. The world outside is hushed and frayed, but we found the promise that the darkness made. And you look at me like you see the blueprint, the quiet architecture of my soul. Every secret that my body's holding, you whisper promises to take control, but gently. Yes, baby, always gently. This ain't a storm, this is a slow burn, a passionate science that my heart yearns. It's midnight velvet, soft and deep, the silent covenants that lovers keep. Our intimacy is quiet fire, fueled by trust and deep desire. We built a sanctuary in the slow lane, washing away the days with endless rain. I trace the map of warmth upon your skin, the only destination where I fit in. No sudden moves, just deliberate motions, a steady current in these warm motions. I memorize the rhythm of your breath, a perfect harmony defying death. We don't need spotlight, just the moon's low gleam, existing in the shed, essential dream. You look at me like you see the blueprint, the quiet architecture of my soul. Every secret that my body's holding, you whisper promises to take control, but gently. Yes, baby, always gently. This ain't a storm, this is a slow burn, a passionate science that my heart yearns. It's midnight velvet, soft and deep, the silent covenants that lovers keep. Our intimacy is quiet fire, fueled by trust and deep desire. We built a sanctuary in the slow lane, washing away the days, relentless rain. The minutes blur and lose their consequence. We found our language in the eloquence of touch. It's more than chemistry, it's necessary grace. Time stands still when I see your face. If the whole world stops, I wanna be right here, where passion settles and dissolves the fear.
promise that lovers keep. Our intimacy is quiet fire filled by trust and deep desire. We built a sanctuary in the slow lane, washing away the day's relentless rain. Oh, velvet sanctuary, slow burn. Just hold me here in the midnight heat, Jenny baby. Always gentle.
The city's sighing on a low frequency. Clock hand stalled somewhere past 2:30. Street lights cast long broken gold across the floor. Everything we rush through is knocking at the door, but we don't answer. We let the voicemail bloom in this quiet, curated, low-lit room. You pull the blanket tighter, silk against the shade. Every hustle, every deadline finally betrayed. We've got the dimmer switched down to a soft amber glow. Only the slow syncopation of our breathing needs to know how long we've waited for this private geography to shed the hard edges of reality. This is our velvet midnight, a gentle kind of fire, passion written in cursive, fueled by slow desire. It's a delicate strength, a silent soulful groove. Everything moves softer when we're proving this love. Oh, we're handling deep connection like rare wine or crystal glass. This feeling's too important just to let it move too fast. The conversation's quiet, just the pressure of a hand. We speak in silent truths the daylight can't understand. Reading the history in the crease of your smile. We can sit right here like this for a long golden while. There's no performance necessary, no need to impress. Just the warm weight of your body and the softest kind of yes. Forget the names we answer to beneath the sun. The people we become when the evening is done. You trace a hidden pattern on the small of my back, a roadmap leading down this intimate slow track. We don't need sharp edges, babe, no need for the climb. Just holding still together, suspended in time. This is our a gentle kind of fire, passion written in cursive, fueled by slow desire. It's a delicate strength, a silent soulful groove. Everything moves softer when we're proving this love. Oh, we're handling deep connection like rare wine or crystal glass. This feeling's too important just to let it move too fast. Whoa. Outside, the momentum keeps rushing the shore, but the gravity shifts the minute you walk through the door. This is a sanctuary built on whispered things, the melody that only my heart truly sings. Don't tell me Don't break the spell we're under. Let the world rumble faintly like distant muted thunder. Handle with care, yeah, just the velvet and the fire. Slow burn desire. Stay right here, babe, until the morning forgets to come. Yeah. Just for us. Just pulled its blinds, 2:15, the residue of sound is fading. I trace the lines upon your face, a map I know by heart, the subtle fading light. No urgent need to speak the words we're thinking. This understanding is a quiet reckoning. We shed the armor that we wore all day, until the only truth remaining is the way. You move so slow, you move so deliberate, like time itself just gave us a waiver. And I'm watching dust suspended in the beam of the single lamp, lighting up this shared dream. Don't tell me what the morning brings, just let the heavy moment linger. No hurried rush to tie up strings. The silence speaks louder through my fingers. We're sinking deep into the nap of the rug, pulling the midnight air right over us. It's a passion draped in velvet, a slow burn, a silent prayer. This touch is careful, never zealous, just finding the truth that lives right there. Midnight geometry, the angles perfect and aligned. We're moving at the speed of feeling, leaving the rest behind. This is the luxury of quiet, the slow R&B low tide. In this velvet hour, there's nowhere left to hide. I memorized the geography of your side, the way the world outside could start to crack and die. But we would be untouched, preserved in the low hum of every promise that our bodies overcome. You whisper low, a secret on my throat, a depth of feeling written in a single note. Yeah, patience holds the tension like a thread, knowing the gentle touch is what must be fed. The atmosphere is thick, but breathable and safe, like stepping down into a dimly lit concave. No need for thunder when the rain is soft and warm, sheltering us perfectly inside this inner storm. It's a passion draped in velvet, oh yeah, a slow burn, a silent prayer. This touch is careful, yeah, never zealous, just finding the truth that lives right there. The midnight geometry, the angles perfect and aligned. stress behind. This is the luxury of quiet, the slow R&B low tide. In this velvet hour, there's nowhere left to hide. We're not defined by frantic desperation. This is earned stillness, deep concentration. A gentle weight pressing down the sheets. We found the rhythm that the soul repeats. I feel the pulse drop to 80 beats a minute, and know that every single second has you in it. This intimacy is an offering, smooth and true, the softest thing I've ever reached towards you. Velvet, deep, deep velvet, slow fade. The morning is a rumor we can't ignore. Just stay here, wrapped up in the texture of the dark. The velvet hour, just this and nothing more. Nothing more. City side just led to silence, somewhere between the hour and the chime. The only sound is a low resonance of the ice settling inside the line. And I'm watching how the moonlight drapes you like heavy liquid, deep indigo. Every hurried thought I'd held just escapes you and tells attention exactly where to go. We don't chase the lightning, we wait for the glow. A patient low hum, deliberately slow. I'm letting down the guard that I usually keep, falling into the promises that silence keeps. This is the velvet midnight, a tailored kind of touch, engineered for a time of soft collision in the street lights. Intimacy that moves outside the paradigm. It's the 2 a.m. texture, smooth and deep, where passion doesn't shout, it only breathes. We lay our secrets down before we sleep, anchor me gently in the quiet of I trace the map of your collarbone now, like an explorer charting unseen lands. You don't demand devotion, you just show how to be safe inside these open waiting hands. I can hear the whisper of your heartbeat steady, telling me stories I've never known. And the weight of the world is suddenly ready to just let us be gently in the quiet air underneath.
I used to think that fire meant the friction, a sudden burn that vanished in the light. But you taught my soul a new definition of steady, unhurried, everlasting night. This isn't fleeting, baby, this is cashmere worn thin. The feeling sinks so low beneath the skin. It's reverence, not rush, a profound design. And in this stillness, everything is finally mine. This is the velvet midnight, a tailored kind of touch, engineered for time, a soft collision in the street light, intimacy that moves outside the paradigm. It's the 2 a.m. text, smooth and deep, where passion doesn't shout, it only breathes. We lay secrets down before we sleep.
Anchor me gently in the quiet air underneath. Just hold the breath, don't speak. Let the moment linger on your cheek. Velvet, so soft. Fade to the indigo. Fade to the indigo. We got all morning, baby, all morning. The 2 a.m. texture, and we belong.
The lowy hum of the city finally drops to a whisper, and the overhead street lights have gone dim for the night. I turn the key like I'm breaking a promise of silence. We don't need the harsh truth of daylight to get this right. I share the armor of my day on the hallway floor, and notice the way your silhouette leans by the door. We're past the curfew of logic, darling, we're only running on feeling. This is the space where all the careful layers start peeling, and every movement is a calculated, slow erosion of the distance between where we stand and where we're going. We let the baseline settle deep beneath the floorboards as we find the language spoken only when the clock ignores us. This is the deep indigo hour, 80 BPM, slow down. You're my midnight velvet, the softest surrender in town. It's passion measured, careful and profound. We speak in breath, the quietest sound. My silk confession, baby, you wear the crown. This is the rhythm of the indigo hour. I memorize the geography of where your collarbone meets the light. The scent of your skin, a sweet amber musk in the waning moonlight. We don't need dialogue, you already know the cadence of my pulse. You pinpoint the precise spots where all the tension dissolves. I watch your eyelids flutter when my touches featherlight, and I know you feel the weight of this stillness tonight. You never rush the moment, you savor the transition. You elevate the physical into a private religion, and every movement is a calculated, slow erosion of the distance between where we stand and where we're going. We let the baseline settle deep beneath the floorboards as we find the language spoken only when the clock ignores us. This is the deep indigo hour, 80 BPM, slow down. You're my midnight velvet, the softest surrender in town. It's passion measured, careful and profound. We speak in breath, the quietest sound. My silk confession, baby, you wear the crown. This is the rhythm of the indigo hour. The hands on the clock are frozen, suspended in this atmosphere, and the intimacy of it wipes away every single fear. This isn't just heat, baby, it's devotion wrapped in silk, a knowing deep enough to be thicker than blood or spilled milk. If the whole world outside burned down to dust and smoke, I would still feel the words your gentle touch spoke. Indigo, deep, deep indigo. On the hour, keep it slow, just 80 BPM. Don't rush this velvet feeling. No, no, no. My midnight velvet.
The city side is finally muted, just the streetlights bleeding through the blinds. We traded all the rush for something fluted, slow motion world the morning never finds. I feel the day off of your shoulders, watch the tension slowly melt away. Your scent is warm like cedar and soft embers. I recognize a space where we can stay. No need for loud declarations here, just the quiet truth in how you hold my face. Solving every unnecessary fear, setting a brand new undeniable pace. I feel the static leaving the atmosphere as your skin rests against mine, slow and deep.
communication feels like home, a brand of honesty that tears us apart from everything outside this sacred dark. Your whisper holds a weight I can't believe. We move in rhythms that have left their mark, a masterpiece that only we can see. We're sinking deeper past the surface, ignoring every chime and digital sound. This precious hour serves a single purpose, the only revolution turning round. There is no shadow where the doubt can hide, just the gentle pressure that our bodies make. It's a velvet midnight surrender. Every touch is deliberate and low, a passionate, slow ember, secrets that the daylight doesn't know. We found the soft edge of the fire, where the burning is tender and true. This 80 ppm desire only needs me and you. The air is thick like AIDS, burgundy wine. Darling, we don't need the sun to confirm we shine. This isn't just a late night fix, it's the gravity that pulls me back again. When the world turns noisy and plays its tricks, you are the quiet on my skin. It's a velvet surrender. Every touch is deliberate and low, a passionate, source by ember. Secrecy is that the daylight doesn't know. We found the soft edge of the fire, where the burning is tender and true. This 80 ppm desire only needs me. Velvet midnight, only me and you. The soft edge of the fire, 80 ppm.
The city is just a muffled sigh beneath the pain. We've canceled the morning, suspended the sun and the rain. Only the glow from the bedside lamp knows what we've done in the slow measured beat, where your breath and mine become one. This isn't the rush hour, darling, this isn't fast lane speed. This is the patient unraveling of everything we need. I trace the blueprint of your shadow on the charcoal sheet. The silence here is deeper than sleep. Oh, it's bittersweet. The hour hand is weighted, anchored in the deep blue hush. No need for thunder now, just the careful velvet brush. Skin on skin, a promise whispered low beneath the ceiling. This kind of passion is a secret, not a feeling to go stealing. Since the midnight pour, the gentle slow surrender, the passionate quiet vibe, tender and softness of the fall, or the weightlessness of loving you when time means nothing at all. We fall into the center of the deep, plush velvet dark, held only by the gravity of two hearts in the arc of the moon and the music and the slow R&B drum. This is where the real connection comes. I memorize the geography of every curve and line. Your eyes reflect the lamplight, a liquid dark cabinet wine. We don't speak in sentences, just sighs and small. No one hums. The truth about us is loudest when the talking never comes. You move like a slow melody, all satin and grace. There's a power in the stillness, this sacred quiet space. And every touch is deliberate, a history unrolled, a treasure map of intimacy, more precious than gold. The outside world is fading, just a damp and distant cry. The only truth that matters is the one beneath my eye. No need for shouting loud, just the focus, soulful glow of knowing everything I need is here and taking it slow. This is the midnight pull, the gentle slow surrender, the passionate quiet fire, tender and yet in her. We're caught in the deep texture, the softness of the fall, or the weightlessness of loving you when time means nothing at all. We fall into the center of the deep, plush velvet dark, held only by the gravity of two hearts in the arc of the moon and the music and the slow R&B drum. This is where the real connection. They call it passion, but it's deeper than the heat of the flash. It's the patience of the ocean, the gentle loving crash. This kind of intimacy doesn't rush to reach the high. It just settles in the marrow, absorbing all the light. It's not just late night, baby, it's the quiet truth we wear, the gentle burden of this love suspended in the air. Oh, the velvet, yeah, gravity of two, just you and me now, baby. In the midnight, slow motion. Feel that texture, so gentle, held here by the arc of the moon. Yeah. Only two fade out. The streetlights bleed a caramel gold across the sill, and the city finally learns how to keep still. It's the hour when ambition yields its final breath, leaving us suspended in this velvet aftermath. The temperature drops down a few essential degrees, and we don't need the frantic noise of keys, just a low hum of the refrigerator, a steady beat, and the sound of my heart moving in time with your feet. Stepping closer into the lonely midnight blue. There's nothing left to rush, there's nothing left to prove. Yeah, yeah. We trade the easy glance for a deep, deliberate stare, a slow discovery of everything we share. Forget the frantic rhythm that the daylight demands. We're operating strictly
on these unhurried hands. Over me slow, the kind of passion that doesn't burst, it just continues to grow. We're talking 80 beats per minute, taking our sweet time to harmonize. A gentle whisper, truth reflected in your midnight eyes. Yeah, it's velvet time, smooth and hair, pulling us under. Silence louder than any roll of thunder. I trace the faint map of a tired line across your brow, the simple quiet kindness of our right here, right now. You lean into the darkness and let down every shield. This is the moment where the most authentic feelings are revealed. We speak in soft languages, the cadence of breath on skin, exchanging the vulnerable pieces that we usually keep held within. And you don't demand, you simply accept the view, the perfect imperfection that belongs only to you. We move in slow motion, letting the tempo dictate the truth, sinking into the quiet foundation of our youth. No rush, no performance, just falling deep into the comfort of this room. It's a velvet tide, baby, washing over me slow. The kind of passion that doesn't burst, it just continues to grow. We're talking 80 beats per minute, taking our sweet time to harmonize. A gentle whisper, truth reflected in your midnight. Yeah, it's a velvet tide, smooth, yeah, pulling us under. Silence louder than any roll of thunder. So many people confuse a flicker for a flame, confuse a quick flash for something that holds a proper name. But this slow burn, this rhythmic deep endeavor, it knows that simple contact is what holds us forever. This isn't just touch, this is the fabric of the night, woven thick and rich, bathing everything in gentle light. The quality of this moment defines every sunrise. Just let that velvet tide roll, slow, 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 slow. Yeah, we just let it wash over us, baby. 80 BPM, that steady flow. Midnight velvet, slow blow. We're riding that tide, yeah. Slow blow, fade to blue. The city hums a low frequency outside my window pane. I'm tracing the water beads that look like names. Two empty coffee mugs cooling on the counter slab.
sad. I know you said you'd call back when the meeting ended, but the clock hands are overlapping, time is distended. It's 1:47 a.m. and I'm ruining every thread, searching for the urgency in something that you said. This house is too large for just one heartbeat to sustain, and every shadow stretching here whispers your name. I've got the lights dim low, the sound chart setting the mood, still caught between the promise and the platitude. Oh, this heavy anticipation is the quietest kind of lonely I have known. I'm living on borrowed daylight, just waiting for the sound of you coming home, trapped in this slow motion day, spinning out on the promise you're gonna make. When will this waiting stop? My heart is a high stakes gamble on your night. Oh, I keep revisiting the memory of your touch, the way you speak, the kind of vulnerability that left me weak. But vulnerability's an easy thing to fake across the miles. I only see the consequence when I check my dial. Am I the background noise, the comfortable distraction, or the only true anchor to your current satisfaction? This empty space beside me is a monument to patience. I'm addicted to the idea of your final destination. I know the pressure finds you, I know the city holds you tight, but every minute feels like a whole season passing by tonight. I've got the door unlatched, the candles burning slow. Tell me when this longing's gonna finally let go. This heavy anticipation is the quietest kind of lonely I have known. I'm living on borrowed daylight, just waiting for the sound of you coming home, trapped in this slow motion day, spinning out on the promise you're gonna make. When will this waiting stop? My heart is a high stakes gunner of your name. Please don't leave me suspended in this after hour rapture. Don't let this be just an open-ended ambiguity.
just let you slip, sir. Oh, this heavy anticipation is the quietest kind of lonely I have known. You know, I'm living on borrowed daylight, just waiting for the sound of you coming home, trapped in this slow motion maze, spinning out on the promise that you're of me. When will this waiting stop? My heart is a high stakes gamble on your night. Anticipation, 80 BPM bench low, listening to the street light glow. Yeah, borrowed daylight. I need to know the hour of your return. All this waiting.
The street lights are painting stripes across the floor. Been checking the deadbolt 3 times just in case and wanting more. The air conditioner's humming a low, lonely tune, wishing the night away until the rising moon. I trace the cold porcelain of your half-empty coffee mug. It holds the ghost of your laughter, memory I hug. 2 hours past the last check-in, I won't call you back, just letting the silence settle on this lonely track. Ooh, the clock hand is still in minutes, a cruel arithmetic. The space between our plans is making my heart sick. This quiet is deafening, a symphony of what's missing. It's the prelude to your kiss, and that's why I keep wishing. It's the slow burn of midnight, a deep soulful wake in the dark. Every breath is borrowed till I see your face, leaving its mark. I'm suspended in the moment, counting down the city lights. Oh, the waiting is a velvet cage, trapped between 2 nights. Anticipation is the heaviest gold chain I wear, but I wouldn't trade this longing for anything, anywhere. I put your favorite record on low volume just for the groove. It's echoing off the walls where your shadow used to move. My body remembers the weight of your head on my shoulder. Trying to stay warm in this quiet that's growing colder. I walk to the window, watching the taillights drift down the lane, trying to calculate the distance and how long until the rain stops falling on the pavement, mirroring the tears that I won't cry. 'Cause I know the meaning of this ache. It means that you are not. Ooh, the tension is thicker than the incense smoke I lit. Every tick on the mantle is a signal I can't quit. This loneliness is selfish, but it keeps the candle burning. For the second I hear your footsteps, the world will start turning. This slow burn of midnight, a deep soulful ache in the dark. Every breath is borrowed till I see your face, leaving its mark. I'm suspended in the moment, counting down the city lights. Oh, the waiting is a velvet cage, trapped between two nights. Anticipation is the heaviest gold chain I wear, but I wouldn't trade this longing for anywhere. Maybe I romanticize the pulse, the deep breath before the crash. This vulnerability is fragile, fading in a flash. But I know when you finally walk through that door, the silence will break. And for your presence, every single minute I will gladly take. It's the cost of loving deep, this profound dependency. The only medicine I need is you right next to me. The slow burn of midnight, midnight baby, a velvet cage, heavy gold chain. Ooh, I'll wear it for you, just waiting on the turn of the key. Oh, just keep me suspended in this anticipation, till the slow burn finally gives way to morning.
The pavement is slick with the residue of last week's rain. I'm tracing the condensation on the second story pane. The city breathes slow, a heavy muted hum beneath the sound of the silence in this apartment where only your memory is found. 1:47 a.m. on the digital clock low. I've seen that number spin too many times, moving slow. Each tick is a promise that my weary heart can't break. Holding on to patience for goodness sake. It's just the breath I'm holding, caught inside my chest. I know you're worth the minutes, but I can't put my soul to rest. I check the screen again, though I know it won't light up. A simple text from you is the only water for this cup. It's Anticipation is a beautiful kind of cruel, a slow burn fuel in the fire in this empty pool. I'm tethered to the minute hand, counting every beat, or the hollow sound of needing you right here with me. That's the hourglass echo, the time that bleeds away, while I'm ready for tomorrow, still stuck inside today. They tell me I should move on, that hope is too expensive to keep, but they never saw the blueprint you laid down when I was asleep. I still wear the sweater you forgot, just for the scent of home, and I replay the voicemail where you swore I wouldn't be left alone. It's a delicate delusion, but it's keeping me intact, waiting for the moment when you finally double back. I swear I hear your footsteps sometimes in the hall, but it's just the wind responding to my desperate call. It's just the breath I'm holding, caught inside my chest. I know you're worth the seconds, but I can't put my soul to rest. I checked the lock again, convinced I heard the sound, wishing the missing piece of me could finally be found. Anticipation is a beautiful kind of cruel, a slow burn fuel in the fire in this empty pool. I'm tethered to the minute hand, counting every beat, or the hollow sound of needing you right here with me. That's the hourglass echo, the time that bleeds away, while I'm ready for tomorrow, still stuck inside today. Oh, tell me honestly, does this waiting wear a deadline, or am I pouring all my spirit into a wishbone timeline? The radio plays our song, and it sounds like a ghost in the static. If the universe is listening, I need a cosmic emphatic sign that you are still fighting to get back to the light, because I can't keep living just for the chance of your side. Anticipation is a beautiful kind of cruel, a slow burn fuel in the fire in this empty pool. I'm tethered to the minute hand, counting every beat, oh, the hollow sound of needing you right here with me. That's the hourglass echo, the time that bleeds away, while I'm ready for tomorrow, still stuck inside today. Just the hollow sound, waiting for you now. Slow, slow. Just waiting for the key in the door. The eyeglass echo, fade out. Street lights bleed orange through the blinds. Another lonely hour redefined. I scroll through old photos just to fill the space. There's a phantom warmth in this empty place. The silence here is polished, smooth and loud, like a whisper lost inside a massive crowd. My clock says 3:52, and every tick is cruel. I'm caught between the certainty and the fool of believing you are still driving my way. I know I should just switch off the screen in this dangerous late night routine. But hope is a slow hosted cruise night, and I keep the porch light burning low and bright, just in case you decide to trade the road for the one address where you belong. I'm caught in the sad delay, counting down till the end of the day. This anticipation is a silver chain linking my future to the pouring rain. I'm waiting on your frequency, baby, send me your guarantee. Every breath is a pending confirmation, an RSVP to my salvation. My plans are currently adjourned, all my calls returned, lessons I should have already learned. I press pause on the volume of my own life, navigating this beautiful slow motion strife. I wear your sweater like a ghost embrace, searching for traces of your familiar pace. I hear phantom car alarms on the street, mistaking silence for approaching feet. And I whisper your name like a prayer I can't afford to lose. I try to rationalize the time, tell myself that you are doing fine, but there's a quiet dread that settles low, a fear that I already should know. If the moment that I'm waiting for is real, or just the lonely way that I feel. I'm caught in the sad night delay, counting down till the end under the day. This anticipation is a silver chain linking my future to the pouring rain. I'm waiting on your frequency, baby. Baby, send me your guarantee. Every breath is a pending confirmation, an RSVP to my salvation. Tell me, are you seeing the same moon? Because it feels like morning's coming too soon. This quiet room is a velvet trap. I won't collapse, I'm running on fumes, but I won't look back. Just need one word, one whisper sign, prove that your destination still rhymes with mine. You are the antidote to this empty house, the quiet I need after all the doubt. Oh, I'm just waiting, pending confirmation. I need to hear your voice, baby. Send that guarantee. Don't let me cheat. Don't let me drown in this frequency. Waiting on you. Just need that signal. Oh, the silver chain. Pending confirmation.
Street lights look like watercolors bleeding down the glass. 2 hours since the last message you sent past. My equilibrium is shattered by the silence. This phone screen's got a glow that matches my reliance. I'm sitting at the counter, ice cube melting in my hand, listening to the hum of the fridge, trying to understand. I swear I heard the faint chime of a text alert. Just my own imagination playing tricks, making my heart hurt. If anticipation was a frequency, baby, you're a text to last, stuck between the moon and the clouds. I tell myself just 5 more minutes, then I'll turn in for the night. But I need to know you're safe, need to know you're alright. I got that 2 a.m. feeling, chronically waiting like a rhythm that I can't tune out. My whole soul is anticipating. I move slow motion through this house, just shadows and air, waiting for a sign that you still remember. Hey, oh, this empty lonely space, you're the only thing that fills it. And I can't switch off the feeling, yeah, I can't dismiss it. Remember all the times we promised never to keep score. Now I'm checking timestamps, walking back and forth across the floor. I keep the low light burning just in case you walk in, replaying every phrase, wondering where does this begin. Was it something in my tone? Did I rush the conversation? Now I'm paying the price in silent desperation. This isn't just about a quick reply, this anticipation runs deep. I'm sacrificing all the hours of much needed sleep. If waiting was a muscle, mine is overworked. Every minute that stretches out, it just confirms what I've learned. My focus is just zeroed in on that digital display, praying that the signal finds its way. I got that 2 a.m. feeling, chronically waiting like a rhythm that I can't tune out. My whole soul is anticipating. I move slow motion through this house, just shadows and air, waiting for a sign that you still remember right here. Oh, this empty lonely space, you're the only thing that fills it. And I can't switch off the feeling, yeah, I can't dismiss it. Yeah, I know I should just put the phone down, close my eyes and breathe, but the thought of you calling while I'm sleeping, I just can't conceive. I'm addicted to this hopeful buzz, this slow persistent ache. Everything I'm doing now is only for your sake. I'm caught right here in the pause, right here in the quiet, and I won't end this anxious ride, chronically waiting. Just give me the cue, baby. Just give me the word, a single whisper, one message unheard, chronically waiting for you. Yeah, still waiting. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and hey, oh yeah, yeah, the city is asleep, but my heart is set to a double time. Hate
80 beats per minute, just marking the pace of this lonely paradigm. I trace the dust motes dancing in the slanted street lamp glow, and wonder if your shadow is already starting to grow. Across the miles you promised you'd erase with one swift flight. The hair is thick with expectation, drowning out the simple night. My phone screen is a useless mirror reflecting only me. No bright blue text, no chime to shatter this tranquility. This silence is a vacuum pulling every memory near. I swear I hear the friction of your footsteps, though they aren't here. I'm running on a low hum, waiting for the surge, the moment where my longing finally reaches its curve. I'm caught in a rolling pattern of someday, babe. A satellite orbiting above your coordinates. Give me the wavelength, tell me where I should sink my breath. I'm living on borrowed hours, flirting with emotional depth. This intense anticipation is a velvet kind of chain. I need proof that you're still coming back through the pouring rain. Oh, let the waiting cease and let the future finally start. You are the rhythm that's missing from my soul, from my R&B heart. I still remember every comma in the words you left me with. A promise carved in whispers, built on a beautiful myth. You said, hold this space, I'll be back before the leaves all turn to brown. Well, the tree outside has shed its coat and worn a snowy crown. Twice since that day, and now the spring is threatening to bloom. But time is moving sluggishly inside this empty room. I've organized the shelves, repainted every wall in sight, trying to distract myself from watching for your headlights. This silence is a vacuum pulling every memory near. I swear I hear the friction of your footsteps, though they aren't here. I'm running on a low hum, waiting for the surge, the moment where my longing finally reaches its verge. I'm caught in the holding pattern of someday, a satellite orbiting above your coordinates. Give me the wavelength, tell me where I should sink my breath. I'm living on borrowed hours, flirting with emotional depth. This anticipation is a velvet kind of chain. I need proof that you're still coming back through the pouring rain. Oh, let the waiting cease and let the future finally start. You are the rhythm that's missing from my soul, from my R&B heart. Yeah. Tell me, is this faith or just a deed? Habitual hope? Am I clutching to the fray and in a rhetorical rope? If I finally give up and turn the key and walk away, would you show up exactly at the closing of that day? I won't let the loneliness convince my head that you forgot. My whole existence is the heat inside this one specific spot. I'm waiting for the static in my chest to finally clear. Just show me that the destination is much closer than it appears. I'm caught in the holding pattern of someday, baby. A satellite orbiting above your coordinates. Hey, give me the wavelength, tell me where I should sink my breath. I'm living on borrowed hours, flirting with emotional depth. This anticipation is a velvet kind of chain. I need proof that you're still coming back through the pouring rain. Oh, let the waiting cease and let the future finally start. You are the rhythm that's missing from my soul, from my R&B heart, missing from my heart. Just give me that signal. 80 beats per minute, still waiting. Echoes on the dial, still waiting for you, baby.
The hallway lie low, just like you prefer. The smell of jasmine tea is thick, a silent messenger. It's 11:37, past the time you swore you'd call. I'm tracing the pattern of the wallpaper, trying not to fall into the sinkhole of what ifs, the quicksand of the die. Just listening for a key turn that will finally shut the lonely out. My phone is charging face down, a shield against the need. But I keep checking the glass reflection, planting hope like seed. This slow motion tension, it defines the in-between. The heaviest silence is the one that sits right here with me. I know the rhythm of your footstep, but tonight it feels so far. Just the empty space beneath the moon, kissing a distant star. I'm standing at the threshold of my own anticipation. Every breath is a holding pattern, baby. Pure duration. I'm tired of kissing the air where your shadow ought to be. This sweet, slow longing is the only company I keep. Don't you know that my whole world is locked down, reserved for you? I need the friction of your arrival to finally break me through. I walked across the hardwood floor 100 times or more, remembering the last words we exchanged right by the door. You said hold tight, and maybe that's the hardest instruction yet, to balance the hopeful future and the lonely things I can't forget. Is it traffic? Is it work? Is it something I don't know? I try to rationalize the gap, the reason you're moving so slow. But the quiet makes me vulnerable, the waiting wears me thin. Don't you understand the cost of the chronic patience that you pull me in? The sound of the city is muted, everything is monochrome. I wish I could just turn off the engine of this one and to go home to where you are, or have you finally meet me right here in the light. This empty space between the morning and the darkest hour of night. I'm standing at the threshold of my own anticipation. Every breath is a holding pattern, baby. Pure duration. I'm tired
my whole world is locked down, reserved for you. I need the friction of your arrival to finally break me through. I have built this sanctuary just for two, you know. But if you keep me waiting, darling, the walls begin to show their flaws, their cracks, their vulnerability to the quiet ache. Don't mistake my deep devotion for a heart that will never break. Don't leave me tethered to this single frequency, oscillating high and low. Just come home, tell me you need me, tell me where you had to go. Reserved for you, all of me. Just the hum of the fluorescent kitchen light staring back at me. All the duration. Break me through, baby. I'm still waiting at the door.
Midnight hums a slow frequency. The window pane collects the city glow. It's been 2 hours since the message came, saying running late, just moving slow. I trace the dust upon the mantelpiece, the kind of stillness that just screams your name. And every muffled engine on the street, I mistake it for the rumble of your train. My internal rhythm's off the beat, locked on the sound of the metal turning key. This quiet space is too complete, but it's only half of what it's meant to be. I'm suspended in the pause between the breath, a perfect patient tragedy of time. This aching anticipation feels like death, but it's the sweetest melody I climb. I'm running on this infinite dial tone, where every minute stretches out to years, until your voice can finally call me home and wipe away these silent lonely tears. I pulled your sweatshirt closer to my chest. It's just holding on the threads of your perfume. I'm running scenarios inside my head to try and banish this expectant gloom. I saw your contact photo like the screen. My thumb hovered, afraid to break the static. I just need the real thing, sharp and clean, not this echo in the empty attic. My internal rhythm's off the beat, locked on the sound of the metal turning key. This quiet space is too complete, but it's only half of what it's meant to be. Suspended in the pause between the breath, a perfect patient tragedy of time. Tragedy that anticipation feels like death, but it's the sweetest melody I climb. I'm running on this voice can finally call me home and wipe away these silent lonely tears. The whole world is cruising at 120, but my clock is stuck on 80 BPM. I cannot shift this heavy inventory of moments that don't belong to me now. I just need the closure of your touch to tell the silence that its shift is done. Because waiting alone matters so much when you know you are the only one. I'm suspended in the pause between the breath. A perfect patient tragedy of time. Tragedy of time. Anticipation feels like death, but it's the sweetest melody. I climb my wings. Infinite dial tone. Oh, where every minute stretches out to years. Oh, until your voice can finally call me home and wipe away these silent lonely tears. Just let me hear the click, yeah, just the turning of the key. Break this cycle quick and just come home to me. This infinite dial tone. Please just connect. Connect. City sounds have finally retreated to a whisper. Just the low hum of the refrigerator, a synthetic sister. My coffee's turned to ice in the porcelain white mug, and the air conditioning cycles through a heavy velvet food. Yeah, I keep refreshing the screen, though I know the signal's weak. Yeah. Searching for the one small word I'm too proud to speak. I've walked the perimeter of this apartment 6 times now, a solitary pacing, trying to figure out how to convince myself that hope is a viable currency. When the only thing paying attention is the gravity. I'm cataloging the shadows the streetlights cast upon the wall, rehearsing the careless greeting for when you finally call. My body knows the rhythm of this slow descent. Every 5 beats checking if your last message was sent. Yeah, I'm trapped in the quiet frequency, baby, of this anticipation.
waiting for the sound to lift this silent blanket off the lonely ground. Do you remember that Tuesday by the water's edge in the rain? You traced a promise on my palm and swore we'd do this again. You said our timing was a definite, guaranteed thing. Oh, now I'm just staring at the space where your silhouette used to cling. Oh, this emptiness is texture like brush suede on my skin. I swear I hear the click of the lock, but no one's coming in. I left the lamp on low, a beacon on a distant shore, just in case you come knocking at my door. Oh, I'm cataloging the shadows the streetlights cast upon the wall, rehearsing the careless greeting for when you finally call. Oh, my body knows the rhythm of this slow descent. Every 5 beats checking if your last message was sent. Oh, I'm trapped in the quiet frequency, baby, of this anticipation. It's a slow burn simulation, a soulful oscillation. I need the friction of your touch to break this heavy spell. 1,000 minutes past midnight, and I'm still standing sentinel. Oh, I'm leaning into the longing, waiting for the sound to lift this silent blanket off the lonely ground. This loneliness is an echo in the hollow of my heart. Why do we dance this dangerous game of being miles apart? I can feel the static building, needing a connection to release. You are the one key that brings this restless, waiting peace. Just give me a tremor, a signal, a soft and subtle sign. I've invested every hour waiting on your paradigm. Just the low hum of the night, waiting for your touch, waiting for your light, still holding on to this frequency, baby, waiting on you. 1,000 minutes past midnight.
It's 3:15 and the city's a lullaby sung out of tune. I keep counting the ceiling tiles, chasing the sliver of the moon. I left your heavy coffee mug right where you put it down. It's been 3 weeks and 14 hours since your shadow left this town. The silence here is polished, sharp enough to cut the air. And every time the floorboards creak, I convince myself you're there. Just one beat, one misplaced sound that my imagination makes. It's the subtle, slow corrosion of the promise that it takes. The phone screen stays dark, but the brightness is on high. I'm anchored to the socket, just waiting for the signal light. Every shadow in the hallway feels like you are walking by. This breath I'm holding is suspended, caught between a prayer and a sigh. This anticipation is a reservoir of Sundays filling up slow. Oh, I'm drowning in the quiet, baby. Tell me where the rhythm goes. Yeah, yeah. I'm living on borrowed seconds till the key turns in the door. I'm just pacing out the distance, needing you to need me more. This weight of 80 beats per minute, dragging through the floor. It's the rhythm of waiting, but it's not the one I paid for. Hey, yeah. I wore your old cashmere just to catch the faint ghost of your sin. The weather outside is irrelevant. My climate is permanently bent. Yeah. The memory of your low hum when you used to tie your shoes. Yeah. It's the delicate details that keep me tethered. It's the silence that cuts through. Yeah. I trace the lines upon the photograph until the paper gets thin. Yeah. Trying to convince myself that this is not where my story begins. Yeah, yeah. Just a temporary holding pattern, a pause before the groove. Yeah. But the longer I stand still, the harder it is to move. Yeah, yeah. The phone screen stays dark, but the brightness is on high. I'm anchored to the socket, just waiting for the signal light. Every shadow in the hallway feels like you are walking by. This breath I'm holding is suspended, caught between a prayer and a sigh. This anticipation is a reservoir of Sundays filling up slow. Yeah. I'm drowning in the quiet, baby. Tell me where the rhythm goes. I'm living on borrowed seconds till the key turns in the door. I'm just pacing out the distance, needing you to need me more. This weight of 80 beats per minute, dragging through the floor. It's the rhythm of waiting, but it's not the one I paid for. Maybe the hardest part of loving is trusting that the pendulum swings back. I know this heavy emptiness is just temporary, a small void on the track. Yeah. If patience is the virtue, then I'm a saint on the pavement now. I just need to see that sunrise, yeah, and forget how I learned to bow. Ooh, I'll trade every tick of the clock for the moment your hand finds mine. I swear this cold loneliness will be worth the moment that you shine. Just let me hear that low rumble, the sound of the tumblers turning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The only sound that matters now. My spirit is burning. Hey, beats too slow. Come home, baby. Come home, baby. Come home, baby. Neon sign reflection on the wall. It's bleeding ruby red and blue and gold. I memorized the patterns on the ceiling, just so I don't listen to the cold. The city hushed, the bass line disappeared, but the silence here is screaming in my ear. I checked the flight paths and the travel guides, tried to trace the space between your sides. The dial tone is static, a heavy hum, and every hour feels like a millennium. Should I press in? Should I hold my breath? This anticipation is a reckless kind of death. I keep reliving the last words that we spoke, a fragile promise that the moment broke. I'm running scenarios in my head, dear. 80 revolutions, year after year. I'm existing on a time delay, half life until you walk back through the door. My soul is on a slow burn soundtrack, waiting for the drop, needing something more. This 80 BPM count is killing me slowly, a steady rhythm where my heart should be. Anticipation is a ghost that holds me trapped inside the waiting room of destiny. Your shadow still leans against the bedroom frame. I swear I still taste your coffee on my tongue. It's a sensory deprivation since you left here, and all the promises we made are unsung. I rearranged the furniture 3 times this week, trying to shift the gravity of this ache. Every empty space here just confirms the distance, an unrelenting naked non-existence. I check my phone screen for a silent number, just to see if the world has moved ahead. Should I press in? Should I hold my breath? This anticipation is a reckless kind of death. I keep reliving the last words that we spoke, a fragile promise that the moment broke. I'm running scenarios in my head, dear. 80 revolutions, year after year. I'm existing on a time delay,
gon' make this pause permanent, baby. I can handle the good and the bad of the truth, but this suspended sentence, this constant maybe, is still in the best hours of my youth. I'm not asking for a guarantee, no, just a key code to unlock this lonely space. Just tell me if the clock should stop or go, or if I'm just waiting here in the wrong place. I'm existing on a time beam, until you walk back through the door. Soul is on a slow burn soundtrack, waiting for the drop, needing something more. This 80 BPM count is killing me slowly. Steady rhythm where my heart should be. Anticipation is a ghost that holds me trapped inside the waiting room of destiny. Oh, release me from this waiting, the steady 80 beats. I'm still here, babe. Counting out the steps, sundown shadows, moving slow. Just come and let me know.
The city outside is muted velvet and chrome. Just the low hum of the air conditioning bringing me home to this solitude I've learned to decorate with promises that I can't accelerate. I clean the surface, but the dust still settles slow on every picture where your face used to glow. I'm listening hard for the shift in the street lights phone, 'cause I know the morning is waiting, but I'm still alone. The coffee's been cold for 90 minutes now. Walking the line, trying to figure out how to make the quiet count, to make the minutes yield, when every single breath feels strategically sealed. It's a fragile state, this beautiful restraint. This waiting game is the sweetest kind of torture. It's the lonely soundtrack to the 0-hour glow, trading patience for the echo of your laughter. Yeah, this anticipation is the only thing keeping the lights on low. It's a soul deep ache, but it pulses with purpose. Oh baby, I love how this hunger makes me certain of everything I'm missing and everything I'm earning. I put your favorite worn-out record on the deck, just enough volume to fill the hollow space, nothing reckless. I rehearse the way my hands will find your collarbone, the geography of us, something I've always known. I've counted the tiles in this hallway 1,000 times, studying the patterns where your shadow always climbs. I left the lamp beside the door just slightly dim, hoping the welcome feels warm, unrehearsed, unskinned. The tick of the clock is a promise that rings true. Quiet devotion I dedicate to you. I should be tired, but exhaustion won't arrive. My spirit's running on the fuel that keeps
As tree lights throw a tired silhouette across the room. Another hour drowning slowly in the R&B gloom. I set the groove low, 80 BPM, deep in the bassline. Trying to make this solitude feel like something divine. I'm running through my feelings. Every note rings hollow. A velvet kind of silence that's too heavy for me to swallow. My phone is charging, screen down, afraid to check the time. Cause if I see 1 a.m., I'll know the wait is mine. But anticipation is the motor that keeps the whole thing spinning. It's the beautiful, aching proof that this journey is worth beginning. Yeah, I could call it loneliness, but I won't name it that way. It's just the space reserved for you until you finally make the break. And at the corner of I miss you, and soon watching the clock and chase the lonely moon. This anticipation is a silk line prison I can't leave. It's the only truth my tired heart believes. Baby, I've been holding breath since 11:59, just waiting for that perfect us alignment, crossing that finish line. This craving is a commitment, a promise I have to keep. The moment you arrive, I finally get to sleep. I still catch the ghost of your cologne lingering by the window pane. Sandalwood and jasmine mixed with the sound of the late night rain. I keep the thermostat high, trying to trick myself into warmth. Recalling how you anchor me against the coming storm. Do you feel the pull, the magnetic north that leads you back to me? I've polished all the surfaces so the reunion is everything it should be. And the city noise fades to a hum. The world is holding its breath too. It knows the melody isn't complete until I'm finally next to you. Every single second turns to silver, heavy and cold. Another chapter in this story waiting to unfold. Yeah, the craving hits again, a familiar steady soulful wake. And I'll stay right here for your arrival, for your sake. Watching the clock and chase the lonely moon. This anticipation is a silk line prison I can't leave. It's the only truth my tired heart believes. Baby, I've been holding breath since 11:59, just waiting for that perfect us alignment, crossing that finish line. This craving is a commitment, a promise I have to keep. The moment you arrive, I'll finally get to see you. They say that waiting is the hardest part. They don't understand. This wait isn't necessary. Ritual held within the palm of my hand. I can shut it down, hit